Speaking of health, let's move over to Colorado a little bit. We got good news this week on Coach Prime. A lot of people rumoring that maybe he'll step down. Maybe, his health would be too much. Obviously, we're not breaking any news here, but Coach Prime dealing with bladder cancer, which doctors said he is cured from now, will be continuing to undergo like maintenance and check-ins very often. And so very thankful that he is good. I think he's good for the sport. People either love or hate him. A lot of my fans hate him. I get why, but I think he is good for the sport. I'm glad he's still around. I saw Blake, your boy over at AYS, say that it was actually on the Ruffino and Joe show. I'll credit it the right way, but or maybe it wasn't. Yeah, it was on that one.
Yeah, it was Joe.
Is this their best roster? It's hard to, listen, I don't know if I'm ready to dive in like Blake did, but is this their best roster that they have, even losing Shador and Hunter?
I think the Shador Hunter team was top heavy. And I'm friends with Joe DeLeon. I think the world of that show. I think I tend to agree with them that it is more balanced. It feels more balanced than it has in the past. And Shador and Travis, there's two A's, two A pluses, and then it was a serious drop off in a lot of other positions. They got better incrementally at offensive line last year. They got better incrementally at running the football last year. Defensively, they got incrementally better. So that's kind of all you want to see as a head coach and as a program. You want to see those strides forward. I think they're inherently just going to look and feel different. I side with a lot of people in that for years. I thought, going from Jackson State to Colorado, I thought that was going to be brief, that they was solely going to be there for Shador and Shiloh and Travis Hunter, for Deion Sanders, that is. I am thrilled that he is in remission. I forget exactly how he said cured, but I hope he means in remission.
It's remission, I think.
Right, for now. And by the way, I played high school football. If we had a porta potty on the sideline, that would have been really cool. That would have been awesome. I am curious to see if that gets utilized by people that are not named Deion Sanders and him being like, dude, that's mine. And how are they going to decorate
Deion porta potty?
How are they going to decorate it? Like, because
Yeah.
they're going to swag it out, right? So anyway,
you mean the Sanders shitter is going to be available for us? I can't wait for
it. Oh God, the Prima Potty. There you go. So
yeah, I like that one actually a lot better. That was way better.
I'm just excited to see what this looks like. And honestly, again, it's easy to look at quarterback. Caden Salter going from Liberty to Colorado. What does he do for this offense that Shador Sanders could not do? If it's not Caden Salter for whatever reason, is it Juju Lewis very early? The fact that Colorado even landed Juju Lewis signals something about Deion's longevity there. I don't think he's going to be there forever, but immediately, like the last 2 years, the Dallas Cowboys job. People have been speculating about Florida State since he got into coaching at the college level. So to me, I think there's a chance they're the most balanced team that he has had while he's there. But also, no one's confusing Deion Sanders for some great tactician as a head coach. He is a great spokesman, a great CEO, obviously a great motivator and a leader from what I understand. So I'm just curious to see what this team actually looks like in a wide open Big 12. We talk about that all the time on this show. It's anybody's conference to take.
We have a lot of other things to get to, and we have a shortened time before we got to get on out of here. I agree with Tom on one thing. I'm very excited for Colorado this year, and it's largely due to the fact of Deion's back, and I want to see what he can do without Travis Hunter and Shador. A part of me thinks that there are so many people that just envisioned him walking off into the sunset, helping his son and one of the best players in college football and a guy that he considers to be a son-like person make it to the NFL. And I think there's a part of him that wants to prove, I'm actually in this for what is the daily duty of this job. I'm in it for recruiting. I'm in it to prove that I am here to be a leader of men. I'm not just here for my kids. I'm here to help out the next generation of kids realize that you don't have to go to these major schools like an Alabama or a Georgia or a Florida or an Ohio State to be successful and guide your own pathway to the Sunday game. And Colorado still has a really intriguing roster to me. You get Jordan Seaton back. And again, that was a big time move to even bring him in last year. He's a year older. You feel pretty decent about the wide receiver room. Omarion Miller, I think, is going to have a really big breakout year because if he's no longer sharing reps with Travis Hunter and with Will Shepard and a couple of other guys. Dallin Hayden at one point was viewed as a really solid running back in Ohio State's backfield. Now he is going to be your bell cow back. Your offensive line's got 4 new starters, all from the transfer portal. Your quarterback room is going to be a little bit different. It's a bit of a blend of what's the best course of action for us to build a long-term legacy. Is it the rental quarterback in terms of Caden Salter, or is it Juju Lewis, who, and I've watched some of their film, they've both looked very good in camp, and it doesn't seem like that the metrics are too far ahead of them. Like, sometimes it changes the scenery. It's just the thing that the doctor ordered for a lot of these players, and that might be it for Caden Salter, who led his team to a Conference USA title and an undefeated regular season. Like we got to throw that in there. This was the quarterback for Liberty with Jamie Chadwell in 2023, and their defense, I think, is going to be a lot better. And we know how crazy the Big 12 is. And this is still one of those teams that I think fits in that top half of you catch them on a good day, the defense is able to make some critical stops, and quarterback play is sufficient, they're walking away with the dub. And we already know this, that every single year, the team that we think is going to be really, really good in the Big 12 takes a little bit of a step back. The team that we're sleeping on, they're going to take a step forward. And the team that sits at the bottom is going to land somewhere in the top 3. Colorado's right in that marker of, yeah, they're losing some talent defensively. They're losing some names on the offensive side. So they'll regress. Watch them be in the running for a shot in Arlington going into the final weeks of November. Like, that's what I'm really excited to see. The post-Travis Hunter, Shedeur, Sanders era underneath Prime. Because I still think he is a very good coach. We're going to see how good of a coach, but better yet, motivator he is for this locker room moving forward.
There's a lot of good stuff happening week 1, and I hate that these games are on at the same time, but Auburn, Baylor, and Colorado, Georgia Tech both being on Friday night, both of them must see. And
fantastic game.
Georgia Tech's a 4-point favorite right now on the road. Listen, I probably lean Georgia Tech in that right now. Just I have a little more confidence in Haynes King, and I've seen Brent Key, and I do think they're on the come up, but there is no reason that Colorado can't go out and win that game. I think that game is going to be one of the more fun games of week 1. Just like I think Auburn Baylor will be a ton of fun. Hugh Freeze has made some fun comments today, which we probably won't get to, but still something to maybe at least take a little note of. Colorado, Georgia Tech to start this thing off. And I don't think Colorado's sunk by any means if they don't win that game, but they go out and win another opener like they have the last couple of years. I think it gets really fun around Colorado really quickly. Georgia Tech, to me, would be not maybe as high as maybe the Big 12's top of the top, but they win that game in week 1. There ain't another game on their schedule that they can't win. We've talked about anybody in the Big 12 can really win any game, lose any game with a few exceptions. They win that one. Colorado is going to be a force in the Big 12 again. Do they go 9-0 in the Big 12? No, because I don't think anybody does. But I do think that there'll be a lot of fun this year. So
Friday night, real fast. That to me is one of the best Friday nights that we're going to have in college football in a long time. I'm very excited because both of those teams that you mentioned, I think could be in the playoff. I really do. I'm very high on Georgia Tech and very high on Baylor.
There's always a lot of fun Friday night games like here and there. Like Florida State plays 2 Friday night games, Virginia and NC State. There are always good ones. We don't get another one like this where you get 2 great matchups until you get to week 13, 14, however many weeks there are now with all the buys. But the Friday after Black Friday, right? The one after Thanksgiving where you get Georgia Tech and a bunch of really good matchups. Is the Egg Bowl, do they move it to that day instead of Thanksgiving or whatever? But I do think there's a lot of good stuff that happens that Friday night.